What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode. So the last couple weeks I've been going back and revisiting a lot of fragrances that I haven't really been putting my nose on lately. I haven't really been showing them any love, and I've picked 5 fragrances that used to blow my mind, and they're blowing my mind again. And these are a lot of fragrances that nobody's really talking about. They used to get talked about a little bit, but some of them just aren't getting talked about much at all. And I'm really digging these fragrances. Like, they're blowing my mind. So if you want to know what fragrances are blowing my mind at the moment, then stay tuned. Cue that intro. Welcome back, fragrance family, to another episode of My 2 Cents. My name is Brian, and this is the show all about boosting your confidence through the art of fragrance, becoming a lasting scent memory. The last couple weeks, I've been going through my collection. I've been getting so much new stuff, and we've been talking about so many new releases and so many new things coming out that I feel like a lot of the fragrances I used to really enjoy wearing just aren't really getting the love that they deserve. They deserve that warm hug like they give me. So I decided to pull some off the shelf, start giving them some wear again. And you'll be seeing a lot of these fragrances in my short sprays series. Yeah, I'm doing a lot more shorts. Every day I will be posting my scent of the day. And guys, I really would love to hear what you're rocking. Please leave some comments. Let me know what you're wearing. Maybe two great minds think alike and we decide to wear the same thing on the same day. That would be freaking awesome. What if all of us decided to wear the exact same thing on the same day? That would be really freaking cool. Unless we all hung out together, then that'd just be weird. So without further ado, let's get into these lost and forgotten fragrances that are blowing my mind at the moment, whiffs and sniffs. So I picked this one up because one of my fragrance girls over at my local Dillard's, I told her to go ahead and pick me out something that she would really enjoy smelling on a man, something that's unique, something she thought I would enjoy. And she picked Varvatos XX. I love Varvatos. I think they did a bang-up job with this one. But I will say this, the opening is kind of all over the place. But it's one of those legend, wait for it, dairy kind of fragrances. It's where all of the top notes and the heart notes and the base notes kind of have to catch up with each other. And they do. The notes that really are intriguing to me are the black currant and apple and the really nice cardamom. Now the cardamom is sweet and a little spicy, and then it becomes very nice and fresh and aromatic with a nice dark badass side to it. And then you get coffee and this really nice cedar in the base. It leans gourmand, but not sweet gourmand. It's more of like a sweet and savory gourmand. Though this leans definitely more for the cooler weather, this definitely will work on special occasions in the summer when it is a little bit cooler. And I'll tell you what, this has gotten me plenty of compliments, plenty. The only thing I hate is that I have to hold it like this because this thing is all over the place. This thing is obnoxious. I'm thinking about just pulling it off. But anyways, this, out of all my Varvatos fragrances, I get the best performance, which is crazy. I get about 7 to 8 hours of performance out of it. For the first 2.5 hours, it projects and has a really nice sillage. And like I said, I really love the cardamom in it. I'm a huge cardamom fan. L'Huile de l'Homme, fragrances like that. I love cardamom. And I think they did a really good job with the cardamom in this fragrance. Though you gotta wait for it. You gotta wait for it to start drying down. And then it becomes something quite magical. Check out Varvatos XX. So I've seen this popping up a lot and with very good reason. And it's Wulong Cha from Nishane. Now, Nishane is one of my favorite niche houses. You can find Nishane for really good prices. Really good prices. They pop up at discounters quite often. And I will leave in the description below where you can find all these fragrances for the best price. Now, Wulong Cha, the one thing that I love about it, it's kind of my, I don't want to say my sleepy time fragrance, but I do enjoy wearing this before going to bed. The tea note in it is so good. Now, if you don't like tea, I don't recommend it. But if you do like tea, it's got this really nice herbaceous green Wulong tea or green tea. Has this nice bergamot and a really nice kind of fruity, lychee, tropical vibe to it. There's a little bit of nutmeg, which it gives a little bit of spice and sweetness. And then you get this nice fig accord and a really nice clean, super clean musks. This is a superb fragrance, and it's long-lasting. If you like citrusy green fragrances that do really well in the spring and summertime and can cut through the heat, yeah, check out Wulong Cha. And so there's actually 6 fragrances because I couldn't leave this one out. Nishane Karagoz. Yeah, the evil twin of Hot Shabbat. Karagoz is awesome. The reviews on Fragrantica aren't that great, and I don't understand why. This is definitely slept on. This has got this really cool grape accord, and it's nice and kind of fruity with some pineapple. Basically, the note breakdown is a lot like Hot Shabbat, but it's got a little bit more depth and a little bit less of the oak moss and woodiness. It's got a lot of aromatic qualities. We got neroli and jasmine and some herbal notes, and then oud. Of course, oud. You know I love my oud because it boosts your mood. This does really well in hot summer nights. It's a stunner. And this has got me a lot of compliments. This has turned a lot of heads for me. And I haven't got any backhanded compliments. If you like Hot Shabbat, then you're gonna love Karagoz because it's the evil twin. I know this next one is definitely more for fall and winter, but for some reason I've been wearing it in the evenings a lot more often. And it's Halloween Man X. This is such a great gourmand fragrance. And for the price that you can get it at, you can't beat it. Again, cardamom, cinnamon, whiskey, coffee. The coffee in this is a nice dark roast coffee. It is so stinking good. Like, I will just go around and spray this in my room. You're like, oh my God, that's such a waste. This is a huge bottle for like $30. 30 bucks. This is beast mode. This will last from Monday night, date night, to the next Monday night, date night. Well, maybe not that long, but you catch my whiff. It is a beautiful fragrance. This also has garnered me a lot of attention. It smells delectable and sensual. It smells like Starbucks, and you know women love Starbucks, right? All they need to do is put a little sticker on here that you can write your name on and be like, one venti latte for Brian. Right here. Check out Halloween Man X. So I am a collector of a lot of things. I collect fragrances. I don't know if you knew that. Yeah, no, I don't collect fragrances. But I also collect like sunglasses and shoes and watches. And I also collect old books. A fragrance I never hear talked about is from Maison Margiela and is Whispers in the Library. I was at Sephora looking at Jazz Club and a few other Maison Margiela fragrances. And I picked this one up and I sprayed it and I was like, oh my God. It took me back to walking into vintage antique bookstores and thumbing through the pages of old books that carry so much history. So the cool thing about books, and I'm going to go on a little bit of a tangent here, so I do apologize, but the great thing about old vintage books is that they carry along so much history within the pages, within the seams, within the glue. All of that collects all the smells where that book has ever been placed up on a shelf. I know this sounds weird, but I love going through and just thumbing through and smelling the pages. You can smell whether or not it's been in a fire or if it's sitting next to a fireplace. Try it sometime. I know it sounds completely weird. This reminds me of being in a library or in an old vintage bookstore. This thing is so cool. The note breakdown is super simplistic. You're gonna have woody notes, black pepper, vanilla, and cedar. Just like Maison Margiela does, he brings up memories and takes you to places that maybe you've been or maybe you haven't been before. I have worn this quite a few times going out on special occasions or dates, and I've gotten some of the most intriguing and unique compliments and attention from it. You don't have to be a bookworm to enjoy it. It's really good, and I highly suggest checking out Whispers in the Library. This last one, I've only had a decant that I had from Scentbird, and I've been blowing through it, and so I decided to get a full bottle. Histoires de Parfums, and this is not a blue bottle. This is totally a blue bottle, but man, this thing is so cool. So freaking cool. So this is actually going to be my scent of the day sometime this week. I have been loving wearing this. It's based around aldehydes, and they are these thick, cold aldehydes. This thing is so cooling. And then it has this really nice orange note, but it's not citrusy. It's just like the flavor of orange. So it kind of is like this orange dreamsicle. And then it's got honey. And the honey in it is like a raw honey. Not like natural honey, more synthetic, but it smells more earthy and vegetal honey. It's really cool. So you get this nice touch of sweetness, and then you get some green and sweet patchouli. It's such a cool fragrance. It is so cool, and it is long lasting. And for the price you can get these for, I got this one for $56 for Fragrance Buy for a 2-ounce bottle. That is stupid stinking good for a niche fragrance. This Is Not a Blue Bottle is so properly named because it's a new take on a blue fragrance. It's a new wave of blue fragrance. It has a really nice sweetness to it, and the aldehydes keep you cold. This thing projects. The sillage on this is really cool. The aldehydes in this just blow my mind. Aldehydes can be extremely weird, and they are really weird in this, but weird in a really intriguing and kind of mind-blowing way. What they've done here is really stinking cool. So I highly suggest checking out This Is Not a Blue Bottle, even though it is by Histoires de Parfums. So drop me some comments down below. Let me know some fragrances that maybe you've been revisiting, that you kind of forgotten about, and you're showing some more love. Or some fragrances that you've just been blowing your mind. Maybe some new releases, something that I haven't heard of. I love talking back and forth about fragrances that I've never put my nose on, because I'll end up probably getting them. But I don't collect fragrances. Yeah, that's totally not true. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and if you did, don't forget, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I look forward to talking to y'all, and remember, you're stinking beautiful, and until next time, happy scent trails.